Tonight on Connecticut's news station, camera concerns.
Most time when you look at who's running the light, it's black and brown community doing it.
The controversy over where officials want to put red light cameras.
And tackling traffic.
You know how fast you're going? Well, if traffic's going 100, we shouldn't be going 100, right?
State police stepping up enforcement ahead of Memorial Day.
Plus, all eyes are on the Memorial Day weekend forecast. We have it for you coming up.
Plus, raising rates, minimum wage set to increase in Connecticut as consumer costs continue to skyrocket.
Grilling season is upon us. They know that better than anyone in Waterbury. What is the propane tank recycling robot? I'm Jim Altman. More ahead on the Fox 61 News.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here on the news at 6 tonight. I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. We continue to follow up on the Vision Zero bill, a piece of legislation that's aimed at making Connecticut's roads safer.
It includes installing speed and red light cameras in high-risk areas like school and pedestrian safety zones.
But as Fox 61's Carmen Chow explains, the proposal is also being met with opposition. She joins us live in Hartford to explain. Carmen.
Ben and Jen, the Vision Zero bill is a very comprehensive package, and one of the biggest components is the red light and speeding cameras. Some believe it'll be effective, while others believe it'll lead to racial profiling. For high-traffic cities like Hartford, drivers are often running into busy intersections. But too many times, the colors of the traffic lights and speed limit signs are ignored, causing a number of tragic incidents. Hyacinth Yenny, a Hartford neighborhood activist, is often a victim of a close call.
I stop at a light, and there's somebody running right in front of me to get to the other side.
Towns and cities will have the choice to implement the cameras if they wish to participate in the 3-year traffic enforcement program. Those interested will have to submit their plans to the Department of Transportation, reassuring black and brown communities would not be targeted.
Like me, all of our legislators deeply care about making sure that there is equitable treatment in our community.
The NAACP issuing a lengthy statement Thursday morning opposing the camera, saying in part, quote, "Studies have shown that these systems disproportionately affect minority communities, leading to a potential increase in traffic stops, citations, and fines."
It's a marginalized community, right? That's, the communities that are hurting most are always the ones that pay the price for situations.
But Yenny, who is part of Hartford's black and brown community herself, disagrees with the NAACP.
We need to stop talking about it's black and brown people. People in general run lights.
The cameras would take a picture of the offending car and license plate, and municipalities emphasized for the sake of privacy, the cameras will not capture any faces.
Officers are subjective, and we try to train our officers to make sure that they're not pulling over people based on their own subliminal biases. Cameras are not subjective.
Now, in terms of the penalties, you will receive a warning at first. If you break the law again, you'll be ticketed $50, and then it'll be $75 for additional violations. I'm live in Hartford. Carmen Chow, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Carmen, thank you. Well, new tonight, Connecticut's House of Representatives has approved a major gun control bill. The bill has a lot of provisions and would significantly strengthen Connecticut's already strict gun laws. It bans open carry of guns in public and limits handgun purchases to 3 per month per person. It expands the state's assault weapons ban, closing loopholes. The bill would also increase penalties for failing to report a gun was stolen and updates pistol permit training requirements. It also mandates registration of all ghost guns. You may remember Ethan's Law. Well, this also would build on that, requiring safe storage of guns, not just in homes where minors are present, but for all situations. The House putting it forward with a bipartisan vote of 96 to 51. That bill now heads to the Senate.
And Governor Ned Lamont tonight saying that he's eager for a Senate vote so he can sign the new bill into law himself. He released a statement reading in part, quote, "We need to do everything we can to keep our communities safe and prevent those who intend on doing harm from accessing these deadly weapons." 7 Republicans voted for the bill, but State Representative Mitch Belinsky of Newtown voted against it. He released a statement saying, quote, "The legislation does little to solve the real and important issue of gun violence in our state Instead, the bill punishes law-abiding gun owners by stripping away their constitutional rights.
And we are following breaking news right now out of Naugatuck. Crews are investigating after a fire broke out at an apartment complex. Connecticut's news station live on the scene right now. This is a live picture of the aftermath here. The complex is on Rubber Avenue. We know that the road is shut down right now, and you can obviously see heavy damage happening to the building there. Those flames, though, look like they're out for the most part. No word yet on what caused the fire or if there are any injuries. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more.
Well, the unofficial kickoff to the summer season has officially arrived. That means people will be getting together across our state to celebrate this Memorial Day weekend.
It also means that troopers are going to be out in full force cracking down on drunk drivers. Fox 61's Samaya Hernandez got a firsthand look at those efforts today.
Yeah, Jen and Ben, according to Connecticut State Police, Memorial Day weekend kicks off today because that's when they are taking to the highways in full force to crack down on drivers, and we went along for a ride.
Everyone has spring fever. It's the first kick off the summer.
Patrolling Connecticut highways is personal for Trooper Alex Ricciardi.
My friends, my family, we all have family that travel on these roads. I don't want to see anyone get hurt.
Wednesday afternoon, 91 North in Windsor.
When I'm gonna get in front of these cars, I guarantee the car in front is the one that's leading the pack doing 80.
Trooper Ricciardi clocks an Acura going 80 in a 65 zone.
You know how fast you were going?
I thought it was the traffic.
Well, if traffic's going 100, we shouldn't be going 100, right?
Last Memorial Day weekend, troopers made 37 DUI arrests and issued 615 speeding tickets. They also responded to 359 crashes that killed 10 people.
Immediately, you can smell the odor of alcohol coming from their breath. Their eyes could be bloodshot and watery from being under the influence of drugs.
State police stepping up roving DUI patrols at all 11 troops throughout the 3-day weekend.
And if you should fail, then you'll be coming with us to Troop H.
DUI still applies if you're driving high.
I've gone to many families' houses and had to give them the notice that their loved one is no longer coming home as a result to a DUI accident. And that's one of the most challenging parts of this job, is having to give a family member that news. I don't want to have to do another one of those.
And if you are under the influence, state police encourage you to take advantage of ride-share applications like Uber and Lyft. And if you see someone driving erratically, call 911. Reporting from our Sky Deck, I'm Samaya Hernandez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Important reminder, Samaya. Thank you very much. And if you plan on hitting the road this weekend, it's going to cost you more than $1 less per gallon than it did this time last year. The current price in the state stands at $3.60. Last year, we were paying $4.68 to fill up our tanks. So a little bit of a break there.
We remember that.
Of course, the big question is, will the weather be nice for the holiday weekend? And it's looking good.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us with more on the good news here. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, if you're hitting the roads, flying somewhere, if you're going to the beach, if you are planning on opening up the pool, or you just want to relax outside on the deck with a coffee, everything is looking great heading into this weekend. Right now, live in Hartford, we've got blue skies and a few puffy clouds, but overall, it's a beauty with temperatures right now in the upper 60s for the Hartford area. It is 2 degrees warmer than it was at this time yesterday. It was previously up to 10 degrees warmer, but at this time yesterday, we actually had some showers coming through that ended up cooling the air. Mid to upper 60s across the state. It's a beautiful evening. The winds are starting to come down. We still have gusts, though, up around 20 miles per hour for the Waterbury area. Here are some of those clouds you'll see around the Hartford area down through New Haven. But on either side of that, it's bright and sunny. Low temperatures tonight will be heading back towards the 40-degree mark. So it will be a chilly start to the day tomorrow, but it is going to be a nice and milder finish. We're looking at high temperatures in the low 70s for the New Haven area, also for Middletown, 73 for a high temperature in Southington, low 70s in Guilford and Norwich, and we'll see high temperatures a bit warmer for the Hartford area, climbing into the mid 70s. We'll take a look at the full weekend forecast so you can make plans coming up.
Rachel, thank you. A 22-year-old Connecticut woman lost her leg after being attacked by a shark while visiting Turks and Caicos. Police saying the woman was attacked while snorkeling with a friend last night. The two were able to swim back to shore, and an employee of a nearby resort called an ambulance. Police say the woman remains in the hospital. Her identity has not yet been released.
Cheshire police are searching for a man who escaped custody. Police say Michael Zamidi escaped from Mid-State Medical Center in Meriden yesterday and is still at large. He is facing charges for allegedly stealing a car and has an outstanding warrant out of Meriden. Police say Zamidi has several tattoos. Anyone who has any information on his whereabouts should call Cheshire Police.
New details tonight. We have learned that one person is dead after a 3-car crash in New Haven. It happened right in the area of Ella Grasso Boulevard and Washington Avenue around 7 p.m. last night. Police saying it was a T-bone style crash with the 3rd car hit after the initial impact. 5 people were taken to the hospital. One of the drivers, 42-year-old Jay-Z White, died. Investigation is still ongoing. One person was seriously injured in a crash involving 2 trucks on I-84 eastbound in Southington last night. It happened near exit 30. State police say a driver lost control and hit another truck that was parked in the shoulder of the Southington rest area off-ramp. The driver was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The person in the parked truck was not injured. Anyone who might have witnessed the crash should call state police. In other news here, multiple people without a home tonight after a fire in a condo complex in West Haven.
It happened at the Mallard Brook condos near Coleman Street and I-95 late last night. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin was in West Haven with how neighbors are coming together to help each other.
Most of the time when tragedy strikes in the form of a devastating apartment fire, all you can see is the bad. But today, we want to talk about the kindness of one woman who jumped into action to help a family who lost all their belongings. Emotional. That's the presence felt as some Mallard Brook condo residents watched their home go up in flames.
How are you doing right now?
Ashley Acevedo says she and her family got out safe just in time.
Everything happened fast. I was in the living room and I told my husband, let's go to the room. And once we went to the room, I heard the lady screaming. When we looked, we saw fire only.
Acevedo tells us they ran out with one goal in mind, survival. And although they have their lives, that instinct left them with nothing to keep warm while watching the flames. This is where Tanya Thomas comes in, the epitome of the old golden rule, love thy neighbor.
And we had blankets and shoes, and I asked him, I said, just take it, take the shoes, blankets, anything, just take it, and then we're gonna go and start them a GoFundMe page.
Neighbors helping neighbors, a tale as old as time.
It was nice. Thank God for her. She came bring clothes to my kids. They didn't have no clothes on.
And the fire marshal says the blaze likely started due to improperly discarded cigarettes, saying that it started here on the first floor outside of the home on the porch and then quickly spread through all 3 floors. In West Haven, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Brooke. Well, in just 1 week, the minimum wage in Connecticut will go up to $15 an hour. This $1 raise is part of legislation enacted 4 years ago, which schedules gradual increases in the state's minimum wage. Fox 61's political reporter Emma Wolfhorst will break it all down coming up at 6:30.